Hey everybody, welcome to another video, and today I'm going to attempt to talk about a slightly deeper subject, which is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time on my channel, but I never quite felt confident enough to do it until recently. And I can't really tell you what's changed, except that, I don't know, I feel braver in some way. I'm going to talk about emotional awareness. I think a more common term for this is emotional intelligence. I want to talk about it in relation to how you can actually use it for self-development and personal growth. In other words, this might be a tutorial for how to feel your feelings in a useful way to become a better person. And I can't really say for sure when I started practicing this myself. It kind of just very organically grew, and I can't even really pinpoint where from. But what I have noticed is that it's not only improved my relationship with other people, because I'm better able to communicate and understand what it is that I'm feeling, but that has in turn also meant that I have a better relationship with myself and a better understanding of me as a person. And I want to share this with you. The first thing you have to do is you have to accept and embrace your feelings, whatever they are. This means taking some time to really sit with your feelings. The emotions that you may find yourself dealing with more typically will be the things that are challenging, the things that make you uncomfortable, like disappointment, anger, sadness, loneliness, envy, greed, things like that, things that are uncomfortable and possibly slightly ugly. But I would encourage you not to think of your feelings as good or bad. Try not to use those labels of good and bad, but try to feel them and say it out loud if you have to. I feel X. Say them for what they truly are, which is the feelings themselves. For example, I feel sad, I feel lonely, I feel bitter, I feel angry, I feel disappointed. Just try and keep it simple. Your uncomfortable emotions, your challenging emotions, the things that you don't like about yourself are the things that are going to be most useful when you develop and grow as a person. A little bit of pain, a little bit of suffering is good for the soul. Your uncomfortable emotions are like signposts. They let you know that something is up and that it needs addressing. You can't dismiss them. You can't ignore them or try and cover them up. If you truly want to grow as a person, you have to accept that these feelings exist, and you have to question, why are they there? Your emotions are a little bit like children in the way that they communicate. Children don't really misbehave in order to be naughty. They might have behaviors that you would consider naughty, but most of the time what they're trying to do is they're just trying to communicate with you. And this is what your emotions are for. Just like a child misbehaving, your emotions are trying to get your attention and say, listen to us. So the second thing that you have to do is you have to ask yourself, why do I feel this way? What's going on? Where are these feelings coming from? When did I feel like this before? Have I ever felt like this before? Or is this new? By asking questions and really going inward and thinking introspectively, allows you to sort of step outside of your emotions and be the observer. You are not your emotions. Your emotions are transient things. They are visitors that come into your mind and then they go again. You are not your emotions. You are separate from them, and you can choose to be separate from them. And you can choose to look at them and observe them and learn from them. When you ask yourself questions about your feelings, they allow you to step away from your emotion and disengage with it and really study it. And then the third thing you can do is you can communicate your findings. And you can do this in whatever way feels good for you. To quote my favorite yogi on YouTube, Adrienne, find what feels good. Find the thing that feels good to you in a way that resonates with you. So you might find that you want to tell your best friend about your findings, or you may find that you want to start a private journal where you write down your findings. This part of the process is important because by committing them and communicating them in whatever form feels fine for you, you actually sort of solidify the learning process. And this is where the growth really comes. When you practice this again and again and again, you get very adept at actually identifying your feelings faster and understanding where they're coming from faster. And then understanding how you can use your findings in the future to either behave differently or just simply understand yourself better, so that when you do have that same emotional reaction, you know why, and you don't do things like lash out at other people and blame other people or external circumstances for your problems or your behavior. Your behavior is totally your own responsibility. By making yourself accountable for it, that's when you take responsibility for your feelings and you actually grow and you develop as a person. So I hope this video has not been too out there. I realise I'm not the most eloquent person when it comes to talking about deeper things, but I'd really like to try because it feels important and authentic to me to communicate them. And I really enjoy talking about these things. You know, I can have fun doing light-hearted videos, but I also have a lot of fun and I derive a lot of purpose from making videos like this. So I hope this video was interesting. If you have any questions or you're just completely confused, let me know, and I'm always happy to discuss in the comments section below. Take care, and I'll be back with another video really soon. Bye guys!